Hello friends and welcome back. So I have the new release from Ink Blot Shop. I've just become a designer for them this year, and this release, I have to say, is one of my favorites. Right? There's probably like 3 different things or themes that I see here, and I've kind of separated them into that. We'll go over them together, and we'll also go over some of the cards that I made. So let's start off with this. It's pretty easy. They actually have a theme going on within the shop. You'll see that a lot of the products are calendar builders. So for example, I'll show you one of the old ones. So this is the old one, and this is the dated calendar builder set. So these are perfect for if you do art journaling, journaling in general, if you like to make calendars, yearly calendars, anything like that. This is perfect for. And then so that's the old one, and here is the new one, which is nice. So this one, it had the dates and then a few banners and little like things to highlight certain dates, but this has all of the months in it. You've got short form months, you've got long form months, you've got days, short form and long form again. You've got some fun ones like Friday, you have every week, fun day, all day. You have your header for the month. So now I can kind of, I mean, there is one included here, but if I wanted to change up the font and have it match the month, I can kind of have that here. I also have like a year, so if you want to kind of put that in the top there and kind of highlight something for what month in the year you want to look out for, there's that as well. And as I said, these little guys are perfect for when you actually put down this, that you can highlight certain days, right? So this works great. So I'm gonna say that this is like the funny, like the foodie type part of the release, minus this one here. This one is just really like a fun set. So you've got like this huge bubble here, which you could make something with, and then you've got all of the bubble letters in a bunch of sentiments, mainly congrats, thanks, and hello. And there's different renditions. You have thank you here, you have love you, miss you, all of those. So let's actually start looking at some of the cards I made with these. I'm sort of all over the map. This is the first video I've done for Ink Blot Shop for the release. So with these together, so I used the old and the new, I actually made some calendar cards. So I have 2 here, and you can see that the calendar cards use more than just the calendars. So I've got like some of this design, which is from some of the other stamp sets. And then here I've got the citrus portion of the stamp set, which I'm going to go over in a second, but I want to show you mainly the dates. So what I would do is I would create another portion at the bottom here, and I'd probably draw out like a calendar grid, or maybe even print it off my printer and then kind of add it here, and then I can loop them together, and then it turns into like a calendar. And then I can add my June, and then I'm going to continue to do this little series throughout the year. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that button, hit the notification bell to be notified of future videos, and I am definitely going to be showing these guys. I won't always have a long video like this where I'm talking about things, but I do video shorts, which are my reels that I post on Instagram, so you can find some inspiration there. So I don't have a reel for this, but I'm showing you it here. All I really did here was I stamped out this, which actually comes from, let's find it, the hot and cold drinks set. So you can see you got a whole bunch of drinks here. You got some teas, coffee, you got mugs here. Now, I say this is more of a summer set because you got all the cold drinks, but keep in mind this works year round. So when you have the mugs and these teacups and stuff, they can work for Christmas, they can work for wintertime cards, and you actually have like the little steam bits here. You have extra cubes and little party bits around there that you can decorate your cards with as well. So I just stamped out this one here, the mason jar, and what I did was I masked it. I did the same thing with the date stamp here. I did the date stamp and I put the month here, and then I took like a square piece of masking, just some Inkadinkadoo masking paper, and I put that over top. And then what I did is I came in with this fun set. So this is the citrus squeeze background. I went over the entire thing and stamped the whole thing with this, removed my masking, and then colored everything in. So this portion's colored in with some Copics, and the rest is colored in with colored pencils, Prisma colored pencils. And you can see here that I used that little square. So this is the little square with some light green to kind of match the lime green here on 18. That's Father's Day, so I decided to kind of mark that off here. For May, now May, this is more the floral part of the collection. We've got the Botanical Borders 3. Now, if you know about the Botanical Border sets, that's like a set that I use all the time. I'll show you an example. So this is one of the cards I used. This is from the Botanical Borders, I think either 1 or 2. And you can see I like to make frames with them. And I'm so happy that Tiffany went ahead and created another Botanical Border sets because I love these. You've got some beautiful like stand-up flowers here. You've got like, so most of them have like the line at the bottom, so it is a border. But now she's got these ones here where you could just use them like as is, or you can use them around to create a frame like I have before. I'll definitely do another video in the future on one of my post days showing you how to create a frame with this in the same manner that I did with the borders with the lines. So you've got another floral one, and then I like that she has this more like leafy one. More like something that you could probably use for like a male or masculine card here. So this one is a good one to have. So I just went ahead and I stamped out those little daisies. I did the border one here, the one without the line, and then the one with the line at the bottom. And then there's like a singular floral here that I just kind of added. And then again, the date stamp and the month from this. And then I have this little portion here from the older set, and all you really have to do is just match up your day. So your beginning day here, it was a Monday, and here my beginning day was a Thursday. So that's all you're doing here. So you can go ahead and use the banners with that if you want. There's also another set included in this. It actually has a whole bunch of different banners which you could use to go along with this set if you wanted to. So you'll notice that the banners in here are a little too small, so you might want to get that to go along with this. Moving on, so we went over this one here. Let's just look at the card that I created with that one, if I can find you. Okay, so here it is. So this one's just really fun. I literally just stamped out that little bubbly bit there in the center and then on the edges, and then I just colored it with some light colored Copics. And you can see where they overlap. It's kind of like how bubbles overlap and the color gets a little darker. I stamped the hello and love you. And then I just used a gold paint pen to color this in to make it opaque. You could use, say, a Versamark pen and then heat emboss it, or you could just color it in black or another color, whatever you like. So that's that card for this set. Moving on. I'm just going to put these up here. The citrus set. So I really love this set. Now there's also a cherry set which can be used. It goes perfectly with this sundae here. I don't have that, but there's this set here. We're gonna look at something else that I made with that one, and that would be this one. So I've got this stamped out in the background, and then I added a little bit of cardstock here along with this drink. This nice drink here. So I made these instead of orange as grapefruit. That's why they're nice and pink. And my color scheme is completely just random. It's not matching anything in particular. I've got the yellow lemons, I've got the pink grapefruit, and then I've colored in all the leaves blue. I mean, what blue leaves are there out there? But I just really liked this color scheme and thought it would look nice. Now the Sip Sip Hooray, which is a like really fun sentiment, comes with the Sweet Time Sentiment set. You can see it right here. There's a whole bunch of beautiful like handwriting sentiments here, cursive writing sentiments. I love these, and they're so nicely written out. That's some great handwriting, Tiffany. Yeah, I just stamped that out on top, and I added a little bit of stickles. I love adding like a bit of shine. You can see that on the ice cubes, and that card is pretty much good to go. So that was with the Citrus Squeeze background again. Okay, so my next two cards are basically a full reveal, sneak peek, whatever you want to call it. If you watched this whole video, thank you. Thumbs up. Thanks so much. If you like and subscribe, I really appreciate your support. These two are my next post. So for my post tomorrow, I have this one, and this was just like a nice strawberry sundae with a cherry on top. I just added some, you know, like syrup drizzle on the inside that doesn't actually show up in your sundae cup here, but you can do whatever you want with it to make it look however you want. You can make that chocolate, you can make it blueberry. Actually, I've never seen a blueberry sundae, but that's an idea. So anyways, all I did was I took the sentiments and I stamped out a background here using some, I actually just used some toffee, what is this, memento ink here. And then I stamped out the sentiment and heat embossed it here. I colored in my little sundae cup and cut it out and put it on top here. Here's another idea, fun idea. When you're drawing in your straws, just use the other side of your Copic. So you have the brush side, and then you also have the broad nib. And that works perfectly for drawing those little lines on your straw to make it look a little more diner-esque. So that's my card, pretty simple. I added some enamel dots, and that's my card that I'm going to be showing tomorrow. And one more card with the hot and cold drinks. This is a card that I'm going to be showing off in the hop. So there's a 3-day hop going on. There's the first half, or I guess third today, the second third tomorrow, and then the third or the last third on Friday. That's the one I'll be participating in. So don't forget to check that out on Instagram. You can find me at Designs by D. That's DeeZinesByd. And there's a link there in the description too if you wanted to find me on Instagram. So this card I thought was really fun. So what I did was I just stamped out the 3 cups, which all come from here. You've got one with some like little boba bits at the bottom. You've got this one here that looks more like a shake, and then or a slushie possibly. And then you've just got this plain one here. So you can see that you can also, these are removable. So you can take these off, use them plain. You can put them in the center and use them if you want. It's completely up to you. I took them off. What I did was I cut an opening with my X-Acto knife, and in the background I did some ink blending to match it to my Copic colors. I stamped out some extra bits and bobs on the front, like ice cubes and the little party bits, and then I actually added some of the hearts, which are from this set. You can see them here. And what I did is I created a shaker. Now, it doesn't actually shake, which is all right. My main thing is you want to see that cool effect in the center here. So I actually used some clear squares here along with this fluffy stuff. So I don't even know what it's called, but it literally, I took the top off of it. It's just simulation snow. These are little plastic bits, right? And you put that in the center along with these little, these are clear foam squares. So when you're working with acetate, sometimes it's better to use this. This is called Cool Tack Foam. If I can find this on Amazon, which is where I bought it from, I'll put a link there in the description for you so you can go ahead and find them too. And you can see that they have dimensions. So they're foam squares with dimension, but then they're squishy too. I've had this for so long and I use it sparingly because it's just so cool. And I don't know if they still have it online anymore, but I will try to find something for you. I just stuck those in the middle there, right in between, and then I added that on top, so it actually looks like little ice cubes are in there, which is really cool. I added the sentiment here. Now this sentiment is from an older set, which is one that I've grown to love. So this is the sentiment label block set, and you can see you have all of these sentiments along with the sentiments here in the blocks. So you could stamp this down with a color of your choice, like I chose the pink to kind of match the background here. I never used to like these sets, and it was just because I didn't want to double stamp, triple stamp, and not have it work out. But when you have nice juicy ink pads, this stamps out perfectly. So I absolutely love this set now, and I use it with all my cards. You'll probably notice that. So that's this card here. all nice and done. I think we're pretty much done with, I would say, the sweet portion of the release and also this bubble letter bit. Moving on, let's get to my favorite part. So my weak spot in any stamp or craft products is florals. So florals are my favorite. These are 3 of the sets. There are, I think, I'm not sure how many other ones there are in the release, but I'll put up some pictures here of the ones that I don't have after I'm gone over this. This one here is the doodled floral background. I absolutely love this. And you'll see that it coordinates so perfectly with the Count 31 botanicals. Now you can see these match the flowers exactly. And you can see that the botanical borders, this matches this strip of flowers. So all 3 of these work so nicely together. And I really love that Tiffany did this because it just, I love having sets that work well together. So if I wanted to do borders, this is great to have. But if I want to say add an accent, I can buy this and it'll go along with that. Or if I want a background, I can buy this and I'll go with that and that. You can see here, these 2 match and these also match. So I've done my best to try to coordinate these in the cards that I've made. Let's go with something simple to start off. This is just the plain doodled floral background. I just stamped it out and I colored everything in with Copics. To add the little white dots, I just used a, you can see just a white gel pen. And I cut it on an angle here. I added it with foam so you can see there's dimension there. It's not just flat. I stamped in the sentiment in the center. So of course the sentiments are mainly going to come from that bubble set and this set. So you see you not only have the sweet sentiments to go with the sweet stuff like these beautiful sweet drinks, you also have like the generic sentiments like I love you so, consider this a hug, you bring me joy, sending cheer, and so on and so forth. So I can see one of my I hate when that happens. I should probably, so these little embellishments are actually stickers. If you don't want something like this to happen, which I think is what I'm going to have to do, you should probably add just a little bit of glue as well. And it'll stay there perfectly. So that is this one here. I think it's just a nice as a colored in background. It's standalone if you're looking to, you know, not spend money on all 3 of these, but you just want to pick one in particular. I'd say this is really nice if you like backgrounds and you like coloring them in or painting them or whatever. But if you want a variety of different looks, this is a good one to have. And then if you're more for focal points, there's this one. Okay, so moving on, I've got this one here. This is the, this uses this jar here, and you can see that, sorry, I'm just forever getting over this cold that never goes away. Anyways, so this one here, you can add a sentiment in there. You can see these little sentiments. They fit there in the middle of the jar if you wanted to add that. You could use it with the banner set that you can add the banner on top, cut it out if you want. So this here, all I did was I cut it out. I stamped it, I colored it in, I cut it out, and then I used my X-Acto knife to cut this opening. I added my foam strips, so this is like my go-to for making shaker cards. Okay, so they come in strips here. They've got some nice dimension, and the strip just pulls off nice and easily. It's just so much easier, and they're nice and thin. They're thin, meaning they're perfect for this size here. So I went ahead and I added some acetate on top. I added the foam, and then I added these nice little shaker bits, which if you look carefully, in a lot of my videos, I have these little pens and stuff. That's what's inside here. So anytime I run out, or my pens, I switch them, or I don't like them anymore, I go ahead and take those out. You'll see I also have like pink ones in here. Once I'm done with this, I don't just throw this away. If I'm like, you know, I keep it for a long time, but when I'm done, I take those little bits out from the center. You can see this just unscrews, and that'll come out. So I save those and I use that as shaker bits. So I'm not actually buying these, and they're so pretty. Look at them. So I've gone ahead and I've created that shaker bit. I also stamped out this, and what I did was I stamped it once this way, and then I turned it and I stamped it against the line again. So you can see I get like a larger bit here. You can see the line there, right? And then all I did was I put it on, cut it down. There was an extra piece, so I put it up here so it had a bit more foliage. And then I added the thanks, which is from the outline greeting set here. So I added this thanks. So once that was done, before I added that, sorry, you can see I did some ink blending in the background there just to kind of bring out the blue from here, and then added some gems, and that's that card there. Very simple. If you really wanted, you can make that a masculine card. Maybe use a darker blue. Now moving on. So I'm saving my favorite card for the last thing to show here. All of these cards I will be showing on Instagram throughout the next couple of weeks. So there's that there. If you missed something here and want to see more of a close-up photo, you could check that out. Again, just go to my Instagram account and follow me there. So this card has this on the center. So I don't know if you can see, I did do some light stamping in the background with the Doodle Floral background. I just used like a little bit of a darker red, and that's kind of on there in the background. It's harder to see on the camera. In person, it's very apparent. But then I went ahead and I stamped this out from here. Before I heat embossed it, I colored it in with my Copics. I colored around the edge with a red Copic, which is pretty much close to the same red color. And then I went back over this and heat embossed it because I didn't want to ruin my Copic nibs. Then I added the Just a Note, which is included here in the set. And that's that card there. It's nice and red. It's completely different from the other ones. And my final favorite card is this one here. So this one, I absolutely love these flowers. So out of all of this flower here is my favorite. Why? I love unique things. And beyond these curvy flowers, which are absolutely beautiful as well, these are unique looking. And I could see myself maybe coloring two sides of it in the center are different colors. There's just so much you could do with this. But for this card, I kept it simple. So I stamped this out, I colored it in, and then I cut it out. Then I have the blue background here, and I simply took the extra little sprigs of these flowers and I just stamped them over the background as if they're falling. They're just like falling into and out of the envelope. I colored those in, and you can see to get the white, I used a gel pen again, a white gel pen, because we are coloring on color here. So those gel pens really come in handy. I would really actually like to do a card where I use a bunch of different colored gel pens on colored cardstock. I think that would look really nice. And then for the little yellow dots, I just used some Nouveau drops. I just used these. This is, I think, mustard or something. Yeah, this is English mustard Nouveau drops. This is the older one, crystal drops. And I just kind of did little tiny dots here and then throughout the background. And then Sending Cheer. My daughter actually helped me pick this one because she was standing watching me make this card. She chose Sending Cheer, and I didn't even clue into me. And she said, yeah, sending, because you're sending an envelope. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. So I added the Sending Cheer there very lightly, just with some white embossing powder there. So it doesn't take away too much from that beautiful envelope, which is absolutely gorgeous. So that is the release for Ink Blot Shop. As I mentioned, there's more than just this that was released this month. Here are all of my cards, my inspiration. What I will do is, you know, there are a few other sets that were released. You can go ahead and check those out in the shop. I have 8 of the 12 stamps, so there's 4 more, and then there's also a stencil that you might want to check out. I'll go ahead and put that on the screen right now, and you can see that these also can be used with these sets. As I mentioned, there's the banners, there's the cherries, that's also another background that goes with that sundae, and there's just a whole slew of things that are absolutely gorgeous. Please keep in mind these are high quality stamps. They stamp nicely on the first go, and I know there are no coordinating dies, but you'll see from the cards that I've made that that really shouldn't stop you from getting these sets, because first of all, they're beautiful. I love them. And second of all, you can, as long as you have an X-Acto knife and a nice pair of fussy cutting scissors, that's not a problem. And I tried to show that here where I cut out all these little pieces, making the little shaker cards. Dies are not always necessary. I'm so happy that you've gone ahead and joined me today to take a look at this release. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and all of my links, everything is in the description below. Please stay tuned for that Instagram hop going on, well, that I'm a part of on Friday, and don't forget to tune in today and tomorrow for the rest of the designers and all of their great inspiration. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!